Hello, everybody. Welcome to this webinar on Food Safety System Certification version 6 being conducted by TNV Academy. So today we have our esteemed speaker, Mr. Emmanuel Meher from Egypt, who is an approved lead auditor on breaks for food safety and several other management systems as well. And thank you, sir, for joining us today. It's a pleasure. Please start this session.
Okay, thanks. This is Food Safety System Certificate version 6. This is a recognized standard from GFSI standards. GFSI standards refer to Global Food Safety Initiative. This is included several standards over the world like IFS, like FSSC, Global GAP, and BRC, Global Standard for Food Safety or Packaging. This is our agenda today. Today we will take a first introduction, then we say something about FSSC, then overview and benefits, and we will focus on upgrading process and the scheme main changes. This is, as you know, foundation of FSSC is a non-profit owner. Also, this is the global presentation all over the world. And this is another development steps which FSSC starts. It's called FSSC 24,000. This is for social like civics. The benefit of SSC, it's as we say, this is a GFSI standard, recognized standard. Also, they have an integrity program. Integrity program is someone from foundation department, included many staffs. The staff is needed to review the report, the quality, the integrity, all over the data information mentioned in the report. Also, in the standard cycle, the certificate is for 3 years. First years, like ISO, is called certification or initial audit. It's divided to stage 1 and stage 2. Then the next audit, the next two audits is surveillance audit. Surveillance audit, surveillance 1 and surveillance 2. One of this surveillance, according to FSSC, shall conduct unannounced. This is to ensure that all data, all site is applied and implement the food safety system certificate requirement all the time. About statistical about FSSC, have many certificate, how many partner, and let us see. This is the benefits, as you know. But you shall know these additional benefits in version 6. First thing is the QC parameters. In version 5.1, the standard was a food safety certificate only. And if you need to implement the quality barrier with food safety, you shall take a module which and another certificate which is called FSSC and quality. In the version 6, this is no any module like that. The FSSC version 6 set the QC parameters as a requirement, an additional requirement in the FSSC. This is the first step. And the second step, the all certificate in version 6 will include a QR. QR is the method to ensure the authenticity of the certificate. Also, the schemes has expanded as included some category like F2, for which is specialized for trading and brokering. The development stage starts in the quarter 2 and the quarter 4 of 2022. And in the first quarter of 2023, the foundation start approval for certification body. and take and gather evidence from them about what will need to improve in the standard. The published of the standard starts in April 2023. That means there's 12 months for transition period from version 5.1 and version 6 to version 6. The transition is mandatory for all sites, and there is no any option to keep version 5.1 after the first day of April 2024. The standard structure is based on three main structures. The first structure is the ISO 2020-2000 for 2018, which is called Food Safety Management System. And the second barrier or second section on the standard is technical specification of BRBs, which put a specification for prerequisite programs. This is divided to many standards according to the type of or category of the organization. There is a 2020 2002 part 1 for food safety for prerequisite program specialized for food manufacturing, and there are others BRB's standard for who's working in packaging material, farming, catering, etc. And the third pillar in the standard is additional FSSC requirement, additional requirement puts in the scheme. Let us say there's many parts. This is available on the website of the FSSC, like part 1 scheme overview, as we explained, and the other there is a requirement for organization to be audited for certification process, for certification body, or for accreditation body. Also, the scheme provides some guideline documents for some things. The main change is adding a new scope category for slaughterhouse is CO. This scope category is added as the standards of FSSC calculate mandate depending on standards called the 22003. This is for calculation mandate, defines the category for the industry. This is has been obsoleted by ISO to another standards or to another two standards called the 2003 part 1 and the 2003 part 2. This is for calculation mandate. This change is rearrange the categories of category C for food manufacturing. Despite therefore for categories C1, C2, C3, C4, now they came of 5 categories as they put a new categories is called CO or C0. This is for slaughter house. Also, another categories like P3 has been obsoleted. Another category like F2 and the category C has included the BT food and animals. The categories removed from the FSSC is category A for farming, and the standard, like we say, FSSC and quality. The scheme interruption articles have been included in the schemes, also available for CVs. Also, any clarification is mandatory to contribute with FSSC, and they will answer for you. The first start CB shall communicate the interruption of new organization and start process for be accredited as FSSC version 6 before the first day of April 2023 to start the audit on the new version 6. This is the current requirement from version 5.1, which captured to version 6 without any amend or any modification as a good. The management of services and purchasing material, this clause is 20.5.1. This is taken to account the use of recycling the packaging as raw material input in category I. Category I is specific for packaging material. The standard C for food chain category I, in addition to clause 7.1.6 of ISO 2020-2018, the organization shall establish the criteria related to use of recycling packaging as a raw material inputted into the production of finished packaging material and ensure that the relevant legal and customer requirements are being met. This is as the standard now is both quality and integrity. Also, they focus now in sustainability and food waste management. This is requirement is both here for ensure the sustainability of the packaging material. Also, in the product labeling and the printing materials, there is some comment have been amended or added in clause 25 to 2.5.2 C, where a claim, example, claim of allergen, nutritional method of production refer to global gap or organic certification or the chain of custody or raw material status like organic is made the product label or packaging, the organization shall maintain evidence validate to support the claim and shall have verification system. This evidence like certificate of global gap or organic and the license or evidence mean that the product come from that farm or that place which is claimed. In case of allergens, there is need for some analysis to ensure that product is free of any allergens. In case of nutritional facts, the site need also analysis to validate the nutritional facts which they claimed. In case of method of production, there is another method of production. If the site certified against halal or kosher certificate, they need to ensure that halal or kosher certificate is covered the product or product produced in the site. If there is not, there is need for segregation, another flow chart, precautions which taken to ensure that the site separate halal product and non-halal product. Also the same in kosher, halal product koshers and treif product or non-kosher product. I mean. In case of global gap or organic, there is need for traceability and the mass balance to ensure that all products which we say they are a global gap products or organic products is a mass balance with the farm or with the primary producer for the product to ensure the integrity of the product. In the product labeling and the printing, there is a new requirement voted. This is say as the standard say for the food chain category I, artwork management and the print controls procedures shall be established and implemented to ensure the printed materials meets applicable customer and the legal requirement. The procedure shall address the following as minimum: approval of artwork stands and or master sample process to manage change to artwork and the print specification, and to manage obsolete artwork and the printing materials, approval of each print run against the agreed standard or master sample process to detect and identify printing errors during the run process to ensure effective segregation of different printing variation and process to account of any unused printing. This is only for supply chain of category R for printing. There is need for approval, which is the packaging material, including some specification, artwork, need to manage and obsoleted artwork or obsoleted packaging material shall have a procedure or a work instruction to destroy it to ensure that they will not be used again from other, as this thing is defined as a food fraud in FSSC under the fraud of gray market. The next clause in current requirement is 2.5.3 for food defense, also 2.5.4 for food fraud. Food defense and food fraud uh, is defined as something is a very unique requirement for the standards under umbrella of GFSI. The food defense and food fraud also for categories of category 5.2, there is need for something as the standard say for food chain F2, in addition to the above, well, the requirement mentioned in the standards, organization shall ensure that their supplier have a food defense plan in place. This is a very good thing. This is because F2 category is specialized for distribution. That means if the supplier, for me, I am a distribution organization. If the supplier have a food defense plan, I mean, I also need to have a food defense plan. Also, this is for mitigate any intentional or contamination from somebody in the product. Also, there's the same additional requirement. If I am a distribution, I am certified against the category F2, the supplier for me shall have a food fraud mitigation plan, and this is to ensure this is no any food fraud conducted on the product during production. Another requirement is 2.5.5 for logo use. This is some requirement. In the first requirement, in case of using the logo, the certified organization shall request a copy of the latest FSSC logo from their certification body. But listen, there is no use for logo in packaging material, no use for logo in raw material or any manner. The only use for logo in website, announcement, my brochure of my company, my manual, my documents. In this case, if you certified, you shall ask the FSSC Foundation to send you the current logo to use it as it defined as a copyright. The certified organization also is not allowed to use FSSC logo in a statement or make any reference to its certified status on COIS or COC, and where exclusion to the scope apply. The management of allergen. The management of allergen has been rewrite again to be more clear from version 5.1 in clause 2.5.6. there is a management of allergen, and there is a specific requirement defined clearly. First step, if you have any allergen, you shall include a list of allergen handled on the site. I have allergen gluten, I have allergen milk, I have allergen peanuts, tree nuts, etc. Second things, you need to validation or verification of control measures. If you make a separation, you need to include some validation. There is no any cross contact between allergen and non-allergen. If there is the same line for allergen and the non-allergen, you shall have a cleaning work instruction. This cleaning work instruction is need to validate and verificate annually by analysis by ETB's sticks, which indicates there is no any allergen for conduct any cross contact. Next requirement is use a precautionary wearing labeled. You need to put labels on the allergen to make it defined clear. Also, there is the need for training and review for any stuff, and there is a specific requirements for category D for animal feeds which use any allergen. The next requirement is 2.5.7 for environmental monitoring program, which is referred as EMB. The FSSC put a guideline for how to implement EMB. First, you shall mention the relevant pathogenic spoilage and indicator organisms considered. There is need to divide the areas to zoning, zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D. The zoning is defined. After defined, you need to make risk assessment. Risk assessment is a method for explain how many swaps, how many analysis, the frequency for any analysis according to all zones. After that, you need to review the analysis, and this is shall be in a chart or in trend analysis. This trend analysis refers if the samples taken is enough or there is no need to reduce or increase that samples. Another requirement is 2.5.10 for transportation, storage, and warehouses. This includes some requirement. This requirement is for transport tankers cleaning. If you shipping the product, if an organization shipping my product on tank, on bulk, I mean bulk is the packaging material which we put the final product and it go. This packaging material shall attach it to the car for deliver the product. Organization also shall use tanker for transportation of final product, shall have a document risk assessment to address any transport tank cleaning. There is a need for a check of cleaning. Also, they shall consider the potential source of cross-contamination, what's the appropriate control measures like cleaning validations, or assess cleanliness of the tankers in the point of reception of empty tankers barrier their loading, because this may be potential source of cross-contamination for the product. For organization also receiving raw material in tanks, like organization work in raw milk. Raw milk come in chilled raw tank. The following shall be included. The following is agreement with a minimum with the supplier to ensure the supplier have no product safety and have any measures to prevent cross contamination. They have a cleaning, they have a restriction, they have something like to ensure the product weren't cross contaminated from the tank. The next additional requirement is 2.5.11. This is about hazard control and measures for preventing cross-contamination. This is for a foreign body matters management for all food chain categories, excluding F2 for distribution. The following requirement relating to foreign matters management apply. This is apply in addition to clause 8.2.4 in ISO 22020 The organization shall have a risk assessment in place to determine the need and the type of foreign body detecting equipment required. Where the organization deems no foreign body detection equipment is necessary, there is need for a justification. This justification maintained as a documented information. Foreign body detectors like metal detectors, X-ray filters, sieves, and magnets. If the site say, I am not need for this, there is a risk assessment defined there is no need for this or any of these foreign body detectors. A documented procedure shall be in place for the management and use of the equipment selected. If the site say, I will select foreign body detectors, the foreign body detectors will they selected, they need to be justified as a risk assessment. If I need a metal detectors as a customer requirement or any or common supplier like me is use the metal detector, is use this filter, is use the sieves, this is, shall be documented. The organization also shall have controls in place for foreign matters management, including a procedure for management of all breakage linked to potential physical contamination. Example, metal, ceramic, hard plastic. This is mean the organization shall have or shall take into consideration the other foreign body materials like brittle, like plastic, like ceramic, any hard plastic which may be broken and be a physical contamination on the site. Product design and development 2.5.3. The requirement has been amended to include something like ongoing shelf life verification. That's mean if I ship the product, I must have a sample, a retained sample from this product to verify ongoing shelf verification. This retained sample is a reference for me to check it till the product shipped to the customer and the customer says there's okay, there's no problem. Also, there is some requirement for validation of cooking instruction for ready to eat product or ready to cook product. There's if where a ready to cook product is produced, the cooking instruction provided on the label on the packaging material shall be validated to ensure the food safety management. This validation shall be kept as a documented information in the site as the auditor will be checked on it. Might be in frozen whole chicken, on frozen vegetables, which is used for cooking. The cooking instruction provided in label shall be validated. The time, the temperature, to ensure the product is safety. The new additional requirement started from 2.5.8 till 2.5.9, and there's another requirement 2.5, 0.15, 16, and 17. 2.5.8 is a clear requirement for food safety and quality culture for all supply chain. Let's say the food safety culture was founded and put in version 5.1 in clause 5.3 in ISO 2018. But in additional requirement, when you put a food safety and quality culture, that mean a clear instruction, a clear requirement. That means this is a mandatory. Let's say food safety culture and TASAP and VASAP is something which make GFCI standard is different on another standard. So it's very important um, to know that food safety culture is a mandatory requirement to put it. The requirements say establishing, implementing, and maintain a food safety and quality culture objectives. That mean the steps to make a goals for maintain a food safety culture. Let me say, if we speaking about purchasing department, the purchasing department will put a goal to be deal only with certified GFCI suppliers within 3 years. When we say about production, the site will reward monthly the most commitment employee about food safety and quality culture. This is the objective. Objective shall be smart, included the resources, including action plan, including the deadline. After we set the objective, we shall communicate this objective with the staff. We shall provide a training about food safety culture. We shall gather the employees' feedback and engagement. This is the survey, or this is the feedback. Show me if the staff is there's any improvement in the staff about food safety culture or not, and there is need for define performance measurement of defined activities. So the food safety and the quality culture plan shall include target, timeline, and communicated to all staff. There is a need for surveys the staff. There is need for conduct something like key performance indicator to ensure there is an improvement in food safety and the quality culture. The new requirement is 2.5.9 is the quality control. That means there is no any FSSC 22000 and the quality as the quality control included in the standard. That means there is need for establish, implement, and maintain a quality policy and quality objective. The quality policy and the quality objective means that you shall satisfy and be aligned with applicable requirement of customers. After you make that, that means you need to make a quality parameters according to the customer specification or internal specification of country. There is need for analyze and evaluation analysis, and this shall be linked to the finished product specification. This requirement shall be including on internal audit scope. That mean there's need in this time for establish or implement the QC procedures or implement align startup and the changeover procedures. The changeover procedures is a requirement mandatory for auditors to check on line during the audit. The auditor shall check the changeover and implementation of the changeover procedures to ensure that no cross-contamination or mislabeling or another related to the quality in the product. This is An example of the QC parameters, product group, example jam and sauces, fish fillets, a possible quality control, acidity, Brix viscosity, fill height, weight, firmness or no scales, etc. The other new additional requirement is clause 2.5.15 equipment management. There's a need for documented purchase specification of any equipment which I purchase. There is a risk-based change management shall be included and evidence of successfully commissioning of the equipment. In clause 2.5.16, there's about food laws and waste linked actually with sustainability. There's no need for documented policy and objective to reduce waste. There's control to manage a product donations. There's a management of surplus product by product intended as animals. The next requirement, this is an example, reduce food waste by 10% year on year within an overall reduction of 15 over 5 years. Its communication requirement, the organization shall notify the certification body within 3 working days of commencement of serious event like recall or another situation. There is need for implement suitable measures as a part of their emergency preparedness in serious event like war, strikes, tourism, crime, flood, earthquake, etc. The serious situation also shall include food safety events, action, any regulatory authorities, legal proceedings, or food fraud activities and corruptions. Thank you. This is fast brief about FSSC version 6. As we said, if anyone have a question, feel free to tell me.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the detailed overview of food safety system certification. So now I have a chance to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to access free resources area within our website in the description box. And that was it. And thank you so much, sir. So I thank all the attendees also. And that was it for this webinar. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.